In this video, we're going to be talking about how to tell if your ex is at the new beginnings stage of getting back together. But first, my name is Clay with ModernLove.life, where we help you get the great, loving relationship that you're looking for without having to play mind games, without having to play hard to get, and without having to pretend to be someone or something that you are not, because you deserve to be loved for the unique, amazing, and wonderful person that you are. And if you agree with me, do me a favor by hitting that thumbs up button. It does tell the YouTube algorithm that this is a good video that they might want to share with other people who might benefit from watching it. So help pay it forward a little bit by hitting that thumbs up button. Also, feel free to subscribe to the channel as well too, so that you can get great new content that we upload when we post it. Now, we are, of course, also talking about the 5 stages of getting back together in this video. New beginnings is one of them, unless this is the first video of ours that you've seen because someone hit that thumbs up button. This is one of those 5 stages of getting back together. And if you do want to learn more about how to navigate through those 5 stages of getting back together, we do have that course called the X Solution Program. You can find information on that down below in the description box. You're more than welcome to sign up if it sounds like it's a good fit for you. If it's not a good fit for you, no worries. But let's go ahead and get into this video. So if you've arrived here at the new beginning stage and you think that potentially you might be at this new beginning stage, congratulations. You've probably done a fair amount of work to get here. I know that most of the time it's a lot of work to get to this point, and it's understandable that you might be a little bit in disbelief. So let's go ahead and talk about that, and let's go ahead and see if maybe you and your ex might be at the new beginning stage. First of all, though, if you don't know about these 5 stages, you might want to check out this video series up there that lays it out. Again, if you're new here, if this is the first video of ours that you've seen, you should probably get up to speed on that. A lot of people have said it's been really helpful for them, really insightful. Maybe you'll find it helpful and insightful too. Okay, so again, you've done a lot of work to get here. I'm sure you have your own battle scars in a certain sense to show for it. And I want to just acknowledge that you have probably done a lot of work yourself. You've probably put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to get here. And I want to just congratulate you for that. So how do you know if your ex is at new beginnings? And how do you know if it is time to actually do something like have the talk about getting back together? So if you recall from the previous video about the crisis point, your ex is having this struggle of taking this from a hypothetical possibility of what would it be like to interact with you that they've had at earlier stages, and they're taking it into the tangible, concrete realm of like, oh, wow, I actually do have feelings for you. This isn't just me being curious about what it's like to talk to my ex, but it's like, I actually do have feelings for my ex. I actually do like my ex. Actually do, dare I say, love my ex. And getting them to make that decision to get off the fence is usually the main obstacle that people have before they end up getting into new beginnings. Now, sometimes there isn't really a major obstacle. Sometimes the obstacle can just be an emotional obstacle, like, oh, I don't know, I'm worried I might get hurt again or something like that. Other times the obstacle could be something, definitely external that you can point a finger to, like they're in a rebound relationship. But if you've gotten to this point, there either wasn't an obstacle to begin with, or you've managed to overcome that obstacle. And if that's the case, then there should be really no major problems between you and your ex. The two of you should not have any significant struggles that you're dealing with. Yeah, they might be a little bit concerned or hesitant about getting back together with you and giving it another shot. But when it comes to your actual interactions, there's probably not a whole lot that you're really butting heads on. Yeah, there might be little things here and there that cause a little bit of friction, but it's probably nothing major. And then beyond that, there's probably also no major logistical things keeping the two of you apart, like rebound relationships, for example. And if that's the case, then really, I think you probably are at this new beginning stage. When I'm working with someone and they say, well, hey, what do I do next? What I'm really looking for is I'm listening for places where there could be an emotional block in terms of what could be stopping them and their ex from connecting emotionally. If that block isn't there, then okay, things are looking pretty good. And if there's no external things keeping them apart, like a rebound relationship or some, long distance thing. For some people, long distance can be a big deal. For other people, not so much. Or maybe something else like, oh, well, I'd have to tell my friends or family, or, things along those lines. And if all of that is not a factor, then it's like, okay. I mean, there's really nothing for me to work on, but to just kind of like push you out of your comfort zone a little bit and actually have the talk with your ex about being back together in a relationship. And so that is often really the main obstacle at this point, is like this sort of disbelief of like, are we really here? Are we really, like, after everything that we've been through, after everything that I've been through, after the entire emotional roller coaster of hot and cold and mixed messages and all of that, could this really be it? And so what you want to do is you want to just push past your comfort zone a little bit. Whatever is normal between you and your ex, there's probably something that feels a little bit scary. And so maybe I want you to just consider trying to just edge towards that scary thing. Like, it doesn't have to be something big. It can be something maybe a little bit, and again, what's big for some person might be small for someone else. And where your comfort zone is with your ex might be different from where someone else's comfort zone with their ex might be. But for some people, that might involve kissing, or maybe holding hands, or it might involve saying I love you, or it might involve something else entirely. But what I want you to do is I want you to just kind of slowly expand that comfort zone just to make sure that there isn't any additional resistance there. And if there isn't any resistance and you just seem to be getting these sort of like, clear blue skies, then I'd say it's time to have the talk. And basically this is how it goes. Have a normal conversation, get down into rapport, pull into the emotional level, do a few reward relate cycles, and then what you do is you just say, hey, well, we've been talking like this. I want you to know I've really enjoyed connecting with you recently over these past, however long it's been. Is that something you've enjoyed too? And then, they're most likely going to say yes, because you're at the emotional level, you're in rapport, all that stuff. And then you just say, well, I'll admit, sometimes I've thought about us getting back together. Is that something that you've ever thought about? And if they're being honest, and if they are in that level of rapport, and if you genuinely are at new beginnings, they're probably going to say, yeah, that is something I've thought about. Again, don't do this unless you're reasonably certain you're at new beginnings. And then you just say, like, what do you think about that idea? And then suddenly the two of you are talking about it. Now, of course, this is the opportunity for the two of you to actually start to unpack any hesitations or concerns that you might have. Like, well, I don't know. How are we going to keep it from getting the way that it was before? How are we going to make sure that we stay connected through all of this? How are we going to make sure that we don't end up, getting so caught up in work or stressed out, or we lose that connection, or whatever the case may be? And go ahead and work together as a team to make something work for the two of you. And that's how you have the conversation about actually being in a relationship again. And at that point, you are in a relationship. At that point, the two of you are in a relationship. Actually, make sure that you actually have this talk about, like, okay, so we are in a relationship. Don't just assume that you're in a relationship. Actually have the talk about being in a relationship, so there's no ambiguity, so there's no surprises down the road, because maybe they think that the two of you aren't in a relationship yet. But make sure that you actually have that explicit agreement. And then the two of you are just in a relationship. And congratulations, you have actually gotten back together with your ex. Again, I know it's been a challenging, difficult, emotionally draining experience sometimes. There have been highs, there have been lows, there have been everything in between. But you did it. You did it. And I want to hear about it. I want you to send a message to us at hello@modernlove.life. That's our email address. And just let us know about it. Whether you're in one of our programs or not, I want to know. We always like to share it kind of on our little team thing where we communicate with one another. We like to share testimonials that people have when they actually do get back together with their ex. And it's like, yeah, this feels good. It's like optimism. It helps us to know that there's some meaning and some positive benefit to the world in what we do. So anyway, that has been our series on the 5 stages of getting back together with your ex. If you would like to get more of a roadmap for how to guide your ex through all of this, then we do have that course called the Ex Solution Program. Once again, you can find it down in the description box below this video. And once again, if you have liked this series or even just this video, please help share it to other people by hitting that thumbs up button. It really does help us out. And please feel free to subscribe to this channel as well too, so that you can get notified when we do post more videos. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to review any of this stuff on the 5 stages, we have this video series over here, or you might want to check out this video right here. Thank you so much. Please take care, and I hope that you do get to new beginnings.